watching Republic TV and my name is Kriti Mehta. Welcome to today's segment of Quick Morning, where we delve into the latest news and updates from across the country and around the world to set the tone for your day. Now today we are going to bring you news on Prime Minister's visit to Paris to co-chair the AI summit, to protests in Tel Aviv over hostage delay. We'll tell you all this and more in stories from the realms of business, sports and entertainment in our jam-packed line-up for this quick morning. So let's kickstart today's mega news day here on Republic, as always, with the nation first this quick morning. Prime Minister Modi will co-chair the AI summit in Paris today alongside French President Emmanuel Macron. The summit aims to shape global AI regulations, with India advocating for inclusive, equitable AI governance that addresses the need of the global south. The event will build on priority AI, innovation, trust and global governance. Leaders from major countries will discuss ethical AI development and international cooperation. Beyond AI, Prime Minister Modi's visit will strengthen India-France in defense, space, renewable energy and trade.
So India has been part of the global discourse around artificial intelligence. India has been voicing its opinion with regard to how artificial intelligence can be used in a positive sense, how India has the potential to become the use case capital for AI for the world. India's experience of regulation, especially our techno-legal approach of regulation and our ability to develop people-centric solutions, is something that we bring to the table when we are co-chairing this summit along with France.
And Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh tendered his resignation. BJP state in charge Sambit Patra held closed-door meetings with several party legislators to discuss the next steps. Patra met key BJP leaders including Speaker and Ministers Y. Khemchand and T.H. Radhashyam, three of whom have strained relations with Singh. The BJP legislators are expected to meet again over the next 48 hours to plan further action. Security has also been tightened in sensitive areas of state capital. The Parliament has reconvened again on Monday for the 7th day of the first part of the budget session. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman is expected to introduce the new income tax bill this week, after which it will be referred to a Parliament committee. She will give a reply to the union budget debate today at 5 p.m. The Delhi police has registered an FIR against Okhla MLA Amanatullah Khan for allegedly leading an attack on a police team in Jamia Nagar on Monday. According to the police, they helped a proclaimed offender, who is an accused of attempt to murder case, escape from custody. A senior police officer confirmed the matter and said that they are in the process of registering an FIR against Amanatullah Khan and his supporters for obstructing public servant from discharging their duties. The officer said that the incident took place in the Jamia Nagar area when the crime branch of the Delhi police attempted to arrest one Shahbaz Khan, who is wanted in an attempted murder case. The supporters of the AAP MLA reportedly confronted the police team, due to which Shahbaz fled the spot.
क्राइम ब्रांच की एक टीम थी जो एक प्रोक्लेम्ड ऑफेंडर है शाहबाज खान, उसको पकड़ने के लिए यहाँ आई थी। जब पूछताछ कर रही थी तो उस दौरान जो है अमानतुल्लाह खान ये अपने समर्थकों के साथ आए और उसको छुड़वा लिया और उसके बाद ये फरार हो गया है। तो इसके ऊपर जो है कानूनी कार्रवाई हम लोग कर रहे हैं और जो भी लीगल एक्शन होगा वो लिया जाएगा।
The Karnataka High Court on Monday extended its interim stay on the Enforcement Directorate's summons issued to the Chief Minister's wife and a State Minister in Karnataka in connection with the Muda land allotment scam. The stay against the summons issued to the Chief Minister's wife Parvati B.M. and Urban Development Minister Bharati Suresh will remain in effect until February 20. Justice M. Nagaprasanna, presiding over the case, directed the ED to submit its objections within a week and schedule the next hearing for February 20. And viewers, Ranbir Alabadia, the popular YouTuber behind Beer Biceps, is facing a severe backlash after making inappropriate comments on India's Got Latent, a satirical show which is hosted by Samir Raina. His remark asking contestants about offensive question has sparked an online outrage, resulting in a dramatic drop of over 2 million subscribers of Ranveer. The National Commission for Women, NCPCR and HNRC, and several chief ministers have demanded strict actions against Ranveer. In response, Guwahati police have also registered an FIR for obscenity in connection to the case.
It's really shocking and disgusting, and whether a girl or a boy making such kind of comments online or making a women's body an issue of laughter is really disgusting, and this should be taken cognizance by the police.
Chief Minister Nayab Singh Saini said on Monday that the 3 new criminal laws will be implemented in Haryana by the end of the month. The Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita, Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita and the Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam, replacing the colonial era Indian Penal Code, the Code of Criminal Procedure and the Indian Evidence Act of 1972 respectively, came into effect on July 1 after the laws were bypassed by the Parliament. And West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee on Monday said that the Trinamool Congress would go alone in the 2026 Assembly election in the state, dismissing any possibility of forging a coalition with the Congress on any other party. Addressing her party lawmakers at a meeting ahead of the Assembly budget session, the TMC Supremo also expressed confidence about winning the election next year with a 2/3 majority. She asserted that the party would form the government in the state for the 4th time in a row after winning more than 2/3 of the total seats. According to a party source, Banerjee said at the closed-door meeting that like-minded parties must have an understanding so that anti-BJP votes are not divided. And viewers, tracking the buzz, now it's time to look at some of the top stories from the realms of business. We bring you the latest updates on India's economic landscape, from rupee hitting as low as threat looms on the US trade tariffs to Trump halting minting of pennies amid high production costs. Stay tuned as we bring you all the latest developments from the business world today. The Indian Steel Association on Monday expressed deep concern over the announcement of the US administration to impose tariffs on steel imports. This move will disrupt global trade and intensify challenges for the steel industry. United States President Donald Trump said that he will announce an additional 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports from different states and countries on Monday. India's new income tax bill is generating significant buzz as it makes its way through the parliament, approved by the Union Cabinet on February 7. This year, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has assured the nation that the new law will simplify the tax system, reduce legal complexities, and make compliance easier for ordinary citizens. The simplification of the tax law also promises to create a more tax-efficient environment for insurance adoption, particularly in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities where insurance penetration remains low. Up next, the Indian rupee fell to a record low on Monday as the looming threat of new US trade tariffs sent shockwaves through regional currencies, prompting the RBI to step in and support the local currency. In early trading, the rupee dropped to 87.95 against the US dollar, surpassing its previous all-time low of 87.58 recorded last week. On Monday, the rupee was quoted at 87.9050, marking a 0.5% decline for the day. Traders observed that state-run banks were seen selling dollars, likely acting on behalf of the RBI in an effort to curb the rupee's fall. Up next, US President Donald Trump has announced that US will stop minting pennies, calling the practice wasteful. The sentiment was echoed by Doge earlier in January this year. The mint produced over 4.5 billion pennies in financial year 2023, around 40% of the 11.4 billion coins for circulation produced. And now moving on to our international segment, where we delve into the ground pulse of some of the biggest global headlines. Today, we delve into significant developments from around the world, from UN suspending humanitarian aid to Yemen to Trump outlining upcoming tariff actions. Stay tuned as we bring you all the key highlights shaping the global landscape. Israeli police raided a long-established Palestinian-owned bookstore in East Jerusalem and detained its owners. The educational bookshop, established over 40 years ago, is a hub of intellectual life in East Jerusalem, which Israel captured in 1967 Mid-East War. The Israeli police claimed that the books written in Arabic and English about the conflict incited violence. In a move to prevent violence, the police detained the bookstore's owners as well as the confiscated hundreds of titles related to the conflict before ordering the store's closure.
Yesterday, Israeli police forces raided the educational bookshop in East Jerusalem and detained its two owners, Ahmed and Mahmoud Mona, for the crime of having books that tell the truth. They took every book with a Palestinian flag on it and destroyed it or confiscated. They even accused them of inciting for having a copy of Haaretz.
Moving on, at least 51 people died after their bus plunged off a bridge on the outskirts of Guatemala's capital. Firefighters claimed a multi-vehicle crash led the bus off the bridge before dawn. After the accident, the bus landed upside down and half submerged in a sewage-polluted stream. President offered his condolences and declared a day of national mourning after reports emerged of the accident. And protesters gathered in Tel Aviv after Hamas said it will delay the next hostage release following accusations of Israel violating the ceasefire agreement. Hostage exchanges have been going on between Hamas and Israel since the 15-month war was paused. In response, Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz put the onus of violation of ceasefire agreement on Hamas and instructed the Israeli ministry to be on the highest level of alert. The trial of 84 Congolese soldiers accused of murder, rape and other crimes against civilians in the country's conflict-battered East opened Monday. The accused soldiers were brought before a military court in Bukavu, where the civil party requested the death penalty of all the accused. The trial comes as conflict between the Congo government and Rwanda-backed M23 rebels continues and has been making significant gains in South Kivu in recent weeks after having captured the key city of Goma. Up next, Democratic House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries slammed Republicans on the federal budget. He accused Republicans of coordinating a bait-and-switch, destroying Social Security, Medicare and Medicaid. He further said that Democrats will do everything possible to prevent cuts to all the three. The United Nations suspended its humanitarian operations in the stronghold of Yemen's Houthi rebels after they detained 8 more UN staffers. UN spokesperson took the decision as they lacked necessary security conditions and guarantees. The UN statement said that the pause in operations was meant to give the Houthis and the world body time to arrange the release of arbitrarily detained UN personnel and ensure that the necessary conditions are in place to deliver critical humanitarian support in rebel-held areas. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was heckled by Knesset members of the opposition as he tried addressing the session in Jerusalem. This happened when he was giving remarks about his recent trip to the US, where he met with US President Donald Trump. While Netanyahu called his meeting with Trump the most significant, Knesset members shouted and condemned Trump's remarks on Gaza. Trump pledged to take control of the war-ravaged, besieged Gaza Strip in order to restore the territory. And during his flight to New Orleans, Donald Trump signed a proclamation declaring February 9 the first ever Gulf of America Day. He made the comments as Air Force One flew over the body of water that he renamed by proclaiming from the Gulf of Mexico. While on his flight, he also announced imposing 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports from Canada and Mexico. Trump also reaffirmed that he would announce reciprocal tariffs on products in cases where another country has levied duties on goods. Welcome back, viewers. It's time now to dive into the world of sports with our stories dedicated to all the action-packed highlights and exciting matchups. Today, we bring you updates on chess, where D. Gukesh, the world champion, lost his second straight quarterfinals game against the United States. Stay tuned as we bring you this and more developments shaping the sports world. World champion D. Gukesh bowed out of freestyle Grand Slam chess after losing his second straight quarterfinal game against Fabiano Caruana of the United States. Having lost the first game with white pieces, Gukesh did not last long against the American Grandmaster in a must-win tie, with Caruana finishing the contest in a mere 18 move. Gukesh will now fight for the last 4 spots. And despite being out of India's current scheme of things, seam bowling all-rounder Shardul Thakur remains optimistic about his chances, asserting that he is always in contention following yet another stellar performance for Mumbai in the Ranji Trophy quarter-final against Haryana. The 33-year-old, who played a crucial role in India's tour of England in 2021, has been in exceptional form this domestic season. And Vidarbha pacer Aditya Thakare picked up his 6th 5-wicket haul in the first-class cricket, while left-handed batter Yash Rathod struck a half-century in the second innings as last year's runners-up, with Vidarbha took a commanding 297-run lead against Tamil Nadu in their Ranji Trophy quarter-final. Thakare, whose 4-wicket burst had Tamil Nadu hanging on the ropes at 159 for 6 after the second day's play on Sunday, broke the resistance of tail-ender Sonu Yadav as Sai Kishore's side was dismissed for 225 and 64.3 overs, giving Vidarbha a handsome 128-run first innings lead. And India will need both Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli to be in form in order to win the Champions Trophy, according to Sri Lankan spin legend Muthiah Muralitharan, adding that teams from the subcontinent will have more balanced bowling attacks in the competition. The form of Rohit and Kohli has dominated the talk in the build-up to the 8-nation tournament, which gets underway on February 19. And New Zealand veteran batter Kane Williamson has achieved a massive record in ODI cricket. The former Kiwi skipper slammed his first ODI ton after 5.5 years during his team's clash against South Africa in the Tri-Series that also features Pakistan. Williams slammed 133, not out for 130 bowls, as he led his team to a clinical victory over the Proteas, helping them chase down 305 with 6 wickets in hand at the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore Tri-Series. During his knock, Williamson also breached the 7,000-run mark in ODI cricket. The former Kiwi skipper has created history as he has become the fastest New Zealand batter to reach 7,000 ODI runs and the second fastest overall. And the Pakistani Cricket Board has released a major update on Haris Rauf's injury ahead of the upcoming Champions Trophy. The pacer picked up an issue during Pakistan's Tri-Series clash against New Zealand at the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore and missed the remainder of the game. During the first innings, where the Kiwis were batting, Haris walked off the field after delivering 6.2 overs in his spell with PCB, revealing that the pacer complained of sharp pain in the left side of the chest and abdomen muscles. It was later confirmed that he had a low-grade side strain. The speedster didn't come to bat as well. And England have been dealt a body blow with all-rounder Jacob Bethel set to be ruled out for an extended period of time with a hamstring injury. Bethel, who scored a well-compiled 50 in the Nagpur ODI, missed the second game in Cuttack on Sunday against India, with England making 3 changes to stay alive in the series. Bethel had experienced pain in his upper leg following the ODI series opener in Nagpur. The scans revealed a suspected tear, which is likely to rule the left-hander out for 4 to 6 weeks. And riding the buzz now, it's time to look at some of the top stories from the world of entertainment. Stay tuned for all the buzz right here. And Jon Batiste transformed the Super Bowl stage into a symphony of creativity, debuting new music and shining a global spotlight on his wife's creative vision. As Batiste performed the national anthem, the multi-talented musician played a piano adorned with a colorful butterfly painting by his wife. Philadelphia quarterback Jalen Hurts visited Disney World a day following the Eagles' victory in Super Bowl. Hurts was named MVP after a massive win over Patrick Mahomes. Hurts followed the tradition of Super Bowl's MVPs accepting Disney's invitation to visit one of their parks and be feted with a parade down the main street. Pre-sales for the Chinese animated film Nisa 2, now the highest grossing film of all time in China, are skyrocketing in North America. The film has already shattered numerous records, becoming the first Asian film to enter the top 35 of the global box office chart. And that's a wrap on today's edition of Quick Morning. Stay tuned to Republic News, and updates continue right here. We will be back 7 a.m. with Live This Morning.